This podcast may contain explicit language and maybe some other sexual things.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Gassy Radio, your home for gaming, anime, superhero news, and entertainment. Waft in and listen. Here are your hosts, Randy and Luigi. Excuse me.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new episode of Gassy Radio. New every Wednesday on Pepperscar's YouTube and shared throughout all of the social media outlets. Thank you all for the views. I'm Randy Lee Beasley, owner of Pepperscar Productions, co-owner of RoRand Films.
And I'm Luigi Bonanno, co-host of Gassy Radio.
Yes. I don't know if you all have been watching, but we've been doing a lot of live streaming, especially the horror games. And last week and this past Saturday, we finished Layers of Fear. We'll talk more about that another time. I just want you guys to go out to the YouTube and on our Facebook page and check out our playthroughs because they're crazy. And we know they're live, so some people think, I have to sign into YouTube to watch it. So some people don't. You don't. You just click on the link and you can watch live. If you want to comment, you have to sign into YouTube, but most of you should have a YouTube. Anyway, let's just get going with Let's get going with our first topic. Thank you again, Darren, for the awesome intro. Let's
pass me a controller and grab that beer. It's game time. All right, guys. As Randy said previously, we're doing a little bit of a horror kick kind of a thing, and we're doing live streaming.
Hold on one second, just so anyone knows, there's not demons on our podcast. That is the giant heater kicking in. So if you hear growling and monster noises, that is from the fucking heater. Do not worry. Continue.
Oh, no. Those are monsters. Don't let him fool you. All right, guys. We got a couple of games that I was actually taking a look at because I saw Layers of Fear. I was thinking and hoping that we were going to be doing Daylight next, but you were saying that you wanted to hit Colat, right?
We can wait on Colat because Daylight
right?
is awesome and scary.
This is kind of the game that we've been looking for, just something supernatural, paranormally, something to just kind of get our blood pumping for paranormal investigation without actually having to do it.
I used to paranormal investigate for a long time, and once you have a kid and you've been touched and you go through all the oppression and everything, you don't want to do it anymore. It's not worth it anymore.
No, it's really not. That crap will follow you home.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, like Luigi's been saying, we've been playing live streaming. We did Layers of Fear, and we have
PT.
3 or 4. We did PT, which was spur of the moment. We had a special guest, Jim Garrett, with us, and he played with us. You can hear him laugh. The stream before that we did the whole actual game/demo, we messed up. We played it before deleting the save file, so it starts us at the very end of the game, and I got eaten by a ghost, and I screamed like a little girl.
So did I.
And then we actually deleted the save data, and this game is actually not available anymore. PT is a playable teaser for the game's Silent Hills, starring Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead and Boondock Saints, and they just canceled the game, so it's a rarity to have on the PlayStation.
And this was a big thing that we were talking about. I think it was the last podcast. Anyway, freaking gaming people, just make the sequels already. Stop canceling shit and prolonging shit. Just freaking make the damn game.
And Phil Fish, go fuck yourself for not making Fez 2, you little bitch. You whiny, slimy fuck.
Fez was an okay game. I mean, it wasn't too bad.
Watching him on Indie Game the movie and all this other bullshit, he just gets and he just fucking goes off on these rants. It's like, shut the fuck up, make your game. And he's like, I'm leaving Twitter. He's back on Twitter. He's crying about something else. Fuck you, Phil Fish.
Alright, so let's talk a little bit about Among the Sleep is the next one that I wanted to
live stream on the Gassy Live.
And this one, it's psychologically just fucked up.
You play as a 2-year-old and you go to this demon world and your house is fucked up. You have a talking teddy bear who's like, hey, how's it going? What is that? That's scary. It's like, fuck that, that's scary. Right there, that's scary. It's talking teddy bear, Brian.
Oh my god, it was just horrifying to just watch the trailer. You can watch that on the PlayStation Network. Who makes these games? I want to know who just
What if
goes...
it's one person like, well, you know what else is fucked up?
Yeah.
What if you're a little 2-year-old witnessing shit? Oh, that's terrifying.
Hey, you know what another one would be? Is if you were a painter that died in some horrible, terrible way, and now you got to be somebody that finds out what that terrible, horrible way was. Enjoy.
Yeah, Layers of Fear. You can watch it on our Gassy Radio playlist on our YouTube and watch it wherever we share, because we share everywhere. What other games? You've been digging now that new Naruto game, huh?
Yes, Naruto. Naruto 4, I love it. The only problem that I have with it is you have to get fragment crystals or whatever during your adventure mode.
Those fucking fragment crystals, Brian.
In order to play, like, past events, like, from the beginning of Naruto to the end of Naruto. I wish that they would have just made it just like they would have made any of the other ones, because I feel like they finally got the controls down. You can switch between playable characters in game. You can have them join in for your combo attacks. I mean, it's a phenomenal game. Bad part is that it only lasts maybe about 5 hours. I mean, it's not a very long game, but it is fun if you can get some friends to play with you. It's a basic fighting game.
And that's going to bring me into Randy's rants.
Fucking hell! You are now listening to Randy's Rants.
Okay, what is with all of these new games coming out? There were highly anticipated games and everything. Back in the day, games, even on like the original, like on 360 and PS3, games were like 8 to 12 hours long. You had to play multiple times, put in your hours, and beat the game. Now it's like you can sit down and beat a game in a night. In like 4 to 6 hours, the game's beat. What, are you guys getting lazy? Thank you for the graphics, but hey, newsflash, fuckers, when the goddamn graphics are updated, you don't have to worry about it. You're already using someone else's graphics system. So make the game fucking longer. And I'm tired of, like, the expansions. And you're going to be like, yeah, Randy, you like the expansions for Battlefront? That's different, motherfucker. This is like, you're giving expansions for the story, like Destiny. That fucking story mode I heard wasn't that long. But then they added all this other shit to be like, oh, here we go. You shouldn't be given a fucking game that's not complete like that. That's horrible. I hate that. And you know what? I do agree on some point for Battlefront. Like, give us all the multiplayer stuff. That's fine. There's no story mode, and I knew that going in, so you can't really bitch because they told you it was multiplayer only, even though now they're going to cave into the whiny bitches and give people a single player. But overall, I'm tired. I heard the new Gears of War 4 is not a long game. I'm fucking tired of these games being short enough where you can just put on a movie, and by the time the movie's over, you're almost halfway, if not further than the game. Fuck you.
And that concludes Randy's Rants.
Alright, what's next? We're going to go into the anime section.
Goku, use your spirit bomb.
God damn it, shut the fuck up, Krillin.
Oh, anime. It's what we like to watch when we're not watching you. Sleep at night. I see your teddy bear.
Which you were talking about Full Metal Alchemist, right?
Yes, and it's not really superhero news. It is, it fits into the anime category. They are making a live-action Full Metal Alchemist movie in Japan.
I just hope they don't screw it up as bad as Evolution. Terrible movie, by the way, for all you DBZ fans. I liked the movie only for one sole purpose. I didn't go in thinking that it was going to be a DBZ movie.
And Bulma's tasty.
Well, that's always a perk.
But yeah, no, they better do it right. I think, though, Japan will do it right. Like, they're finally, I don't know if it's the same territory or not, I don't care, fuck you. They're making a new Godzilla finally, and the Godzilla looks terrifying.
Oh, yeah, so, if it's Japan doing it, I know they're gonna do it some freaking justice, but if you leave it in
Attack on Titan looked pretty fucking nice.
Oh, yeah.
Their Attack on Titan movie looks good. Japanese, they can make some good cinema over there.
Oh, yeah, but if we were to, like, import it here, it's like we don't grasp the concept of anime, and we just, like, botch everything that we, like, put our hands on.
Yeah, if we get it over here with dubs and ADR over it just gets ruined.
Oh, big time.
Like, you watch any of the old Jackie Chan movies, not the super old ones, but the ones that came here, it's shit. Just watch the original Japanese version with subtitles. Makes much more sense. Not to mention the title changes. Like, we got, like, it was like the first one was here, but it was actually the sequel, and then they released the first one here, and the titles were all fucked up. And it's just like, shut up! Fuck you.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Same thing with the
Final Fantasy games. It's just like, they're just like, hey, 1 through 4 are out in Japan. Let's give them 2, like I'm not being specific on this. I'm just saying, like, we have like 1 through 3 here, but it turns out like 3 is actually 6 and all this other shit, and it's just like, no, this is what happens when Americans, their greedy fucking hands, get their fucking hands on good properties and they fuck it all up. They put their dirty dicks in everyone's ears and mouths.
That's pretty much usually how it goes. But you said that it was based off Brotherhood, right?
Yes. They're basing it off of the one that actually has...
That goes based off of the manga.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually going to be very good because I know that one strays from the manga, the other one like goes with it, and I think it's going to be interesting to see what they can make of a live-action movie, and hopefully, like I said, they can make it better than Dragon Ball Evolution because that movie was just pretty much garbage.
And hopefully it turns out good. I'm not going to touch too much up on it, but the new episode of Dragon Ball Super is amazing. Make sure you watch it. And then the new, if you have not seen this yet, I'm a big Voltron fan. I was watching it since I was 7. The new Netflix Voltron series looks freaking awesome.
Yes. I can't wait to watch it.
It's almost the equivalent to me as a Megazord. When they released that new Voltron Zord,
yes,
with the 5 lions,
but it's like $140, dude.
I don't care. I'm getting it. I'm fucking getting it and putting it next to my Megazord.
I used to have it.
I had the space one, I had the diecast one, and then I had the newer one, the futuristic ones, and I had all the little figures you could put the helmets on.
I think it was the original one that I had, where all you had to do was press the button for the arms and it shoots out like a missile.
Yes,
yes. That was freaking amazing. I just love those things.
Voltron is amazing. Voltron Force.
Oh, go. God. But there's so many like timelines for it. It's just like any other comic book universe. Like, the story's never told the same.
No. Every new show is always different.
And that's why I can't wait to start putting up into it, because
you don't have to see anything else to get this one.
Right. You're going to be able to go into it and catch it from the beginning of the way they're going to tell the story. And that's going to be a new experience for anybody involved, so...
And speaking of telling a great story, in this last segment for the anime chapter leads right into the superhero chapter. Finally, and we should have mentioned this last week, I was going to, the Killing Joke animated film, Bruce Wayne, Kevin Conroy, the original, the best animated Batman, one of the best Batmans in general. He is back as Batman, and fucking Mark Hamill came out of Joker retirement like he said he would, only for this movie, to be the Joker in The Killing Joke. And I am super excited. I ejaculated 6 times in my pants right now.
Dude, this was... Clean yourself up, Randy.
I'm not just sitting... This is The Killing Joke, Spooge. I'm sitting in this shit right now.
Oh, God. This is actually my favorite Batman, like, arc, because it shows how fucked up Batman truly is. Like, just the realm in general. Do you remember at MightyCon when I texted you? Okay, so there was a woman, she was getting a comic, or her son was getting a comic, and she saw it, and it said Captain Patriot or something. It was war related. And she looks at it and goes, "Ooh, this looks a little too violent. How about we put this back and get something nice like Batman?" Read The Killing Joke and you'll understand why I started dying when this woman said this.
Only comic nerds will get this one.
Oh my God. It's one of the most effed up Batman things, in which I can't even spoil it for you. You guys just have to read it. I mean, it's as plain and simple. The Joker just he busts out his... I just lost all train of thought right now.
This is one of the most personal Joker and Batman stories ever made.
Oh yeah.
You dive into Joker's psyche, and it's great. Like, this is what we've been waiting for. I'm so fucking happy for this.
He couldn't have said it any better.
Now we're gonna shoot on into the superhero news segment.
Yes, you're listening to the superhero section. I killed Miss Piggy and ate her bacon for breakfast.
Starting off, first and foremost, they are fucking doing reshoots to the Suicide Squad to give it more humor, because all the critics complained that Batman vs. Superman was too dark.
Hey, jackasses. They're fucking movies that we love.
Fans love it, and all these critics hate it. Well, fuck the critics. It should be for the fans and the moviegoers. Critics, like people that I know personally, they just hate movies. They rip apart movies. They fucking hate them, and it just makes me mad. Like, shut the fuck up. Shove a jalapeno up your dick hole. We want the good movies. Suicide Squad was looking great, and now I just think that Adding the humor might fuck it up.
I'm pretty sure they're going to do a director's cut. And if they did it the way that they said, I hope they're listening to this because they're going to make something just as shitty as The Last Daredevil. Not a bad movie, but you guys are going to fuck it up again. Stop messing with shit.
We'll move on into, speaking of Suicide Squad being too dark, we're going to move over to Marvel now. You know, they filmed, this is probably old news by now, but who cares? They filmed different death scenes for different heroes in Civil War.
To fuck with us.
To mess with us, because we don't know who's going to die.
Right. Exactly what they wanted to do.
That way, if something leaks or spoils, which a lot of it hasn't leaked, which is great.
They can always just turn around and just switch it out.
Yep.
Like the War Machine scene in the trailer.
I don't think he's going to die, because that's just giving it away too much in the trailer. I think that's a red herring for someone who's actually going to die.
Yeah, or he might die, like, temporarily. Like, everybody thinks he's dead and then comes back.
I'm pretty
at the
sure
end, some
Cap,
shit.
though, they will kill Cap off, but he'll come back for Infinity War. They'll bring him back. Something's going to happen, just like in the comics.
Well, I don't think Cap doesn't die in Civil War. He dies later on, right?
No. Cap dies at the end of Civil War. He gets assassinated. Pretty
Like
sure
Trump?
it's Sharon Carter. I think it's Sharon Carter. I could be wrong. But her mind's being controlled, and she snipes Captain America and fucking murders him.
Makes sense.
So, a lot of crazy shit happens.
I never got through all of Civil War. That's the only reason why I have to ask this. But I read the first couple of volume arcs for it. So I mean,
so it's pretty good, and like the Wolverine's story after Cap dies is just amazing.
Hopefully they make something like that and do it some justice.
In the future, when everything gets rebooted, I hope everyone can be under one roof. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to. Like, I want Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, X-Men, and the Marvel, all the heroes. I want them all under one roof. They can do it. They're just being greedy.
The biggest thing that I hate, which I'm going to say this again. I called this from the beginning when I first saw Avengers. I was like, they're going to bring Spider-Man into this.
And some people were like, no, they won't. They're not going to do it.
Not some people. Everybody that I said this to said that I was an idiot, that I was crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I'm not stupid.
Because newsflash, it happened.
Exactly. These companies see how much money they're going to make with all these franchises and team-ups, so what are they going to do? They're going to sign contracts.
And as soon as Amazing Spider-Man 2 got shit on and failed, just like the Fantastic Four failed and the sequel got shit canned, they were like, okay, the most important thing we need to do now is get into contact with Marvel Studios, Motion Picture Division, and get Spider-Man in those movies.
Okay, well, the whole thing with Spider-Man, that's a little bit two-sided because the actors fucked themselves and the studio fucked themselves.
They did the same thing the third Sam Raimi film did, which fucked up his... They're going to make the fourth movie with Carnage, Tobey Maguire, and everything else. They fucked it because they put, there's 3 villains in the movie. The Rhino.
Yeah.
It's just like, come on, guys. You should fucking know by now.
But they were going to take out Mary Jane.
They cut Mary Jane Watson out of Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Well, they were going to take Mary Jane Watson out of the original 3 with the Tobey Maguire, and that was because she only signed up for 3, and she said, I'm not doing any more. I'm done.
Yeah, even though that made her tons of money, and she hasn't done shit since.
Right.
But okay, Kristen Dunst. Whatever you think, bitch. All right. Let's move on in to... that's all we got for that. But now we got a bunch of news on the entertainment aspect, and then we have a very personal and awesome interview with the co-owner of Pepperscar Productions and the co-owner of RoRand Films, the vice president of Pepperscar Productions, Rob Romero. But first, let's get into the entertainment. We're going to start off the last subject almost, keeping it comic related.
Mark 2, Warp 7, entertainment, engage.
DC Rebirth, boom, another reboot of sorts of the DC Comics universe. What
Guys, you did it once. Like, can we please just stop with the reboots? I'm still trying to collect the original 52. You're gonna now reboot that on me and make me spend more money on more comics? I mean, you're gonna get my money regardless. Why'd you have to change everything up again? I'm tired of the reboots.
These fuckers.
These fuckers here.
Also, on the entertainment circuit, we have Walking Dead, the final episode. Pretty sure it's tomorrow. I'll be watching WrestleMania, though. Sorry, Walking Dead.
The final episode?
The final episode of the season. We're finally going to meet Negan, dude. Played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who plays Sam and Dean's dad. He was on Grey's Anatomy.
Yes.
Oh man, there's so much news.
He was
on
in
this.
Weeds.
He was in Weeds.
He was in a lot of
dad.
stuff.
Which shout out to Hayden Rollins. he played the young me in my first ever indie film, Whom I Fear. Now he's the voice of Nemo in Finding Dory. So that's pretty epic.
Round of applause to you, sir.
I didn't do
Round of
anything.
applause.
Round of applause. Like, this kid was amazing when he came here,
Right.
just for my little crap indie film. And now, years later, the connection is the youngest son, well, the youngest son in the beginning of Weeds was the voice of Nemo, and then he grew up. Well, it's just a small world that the kid that played the young version of me that I acted, well, I didn't really act with him, but he was me in a movie, is now the friggin' voice of Nemo. And Finding Nemo is one of my favorite Disney Pixar films, so that's just fucking insane.
That's crazy, man.
But back to Negan, he's one of the most ruthless characters in the Walking Dead comics. He drops F-bombs like a motherfucker, so I'm super curious how they're going to handle that. In the comics, he beats Glenn to death with a baseball bat. I'm so excited. Like, I know for a fact, since it's the season finale, they have to introduce Negan. Someone's getting their brains bashed in by a bat. The episode's title is Last Day on Earth. So someone's dying, whether it's Carol, Daryl, Glenn, or his pregnant Maggie wife. One of those four are dying. I mean, they just finally shot Carl in the face and lost his eye a couple episodes back. So most things stick to the comics, even though some things are a little different and change. Just super excited for that, and my peep's hard.
I only got up to season 3 with Walking Dead, and then I kind of took we'll call it a sabbatical from watching it. Because I just couldn't deal with the
boring parts where they're just walking. Yeah, I know.
I got up to the governor. I was just like, oh,
There's a lot of governor shit.
Dragging and dragging.
There's like 2 episodes of flashback filler of the governor before he finally attacks the prison, kills Herschel, and all this other shit.
Right, and I was just kind of like, screw this. And I would just kept falling asleep, so I just kind of gave up on it.
Matter of fact, that's where I stopped with season 4. The governor's dead. They all get separated, and they're all walking through the woods, and like I skipped ahead. I didn't watch, but I just see like there's like 9 episodes of them separated walking through the fucking woods, and I'm just like, nope, Nickelodeon.
Actually, I was speaking of The Walking Dead, since this is Walking Dead related. We've got the Telltale games, and there's another game that they just put out for this. We can probably do a live stream of that, and
that'd be great. And
that would be pretty fun for everybody.
More Walking Dead news / since I'm a giant Kevin Smith fan. Turns out Michael Rooker, he's in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's whistling, murdering people. He's Mr. Spenning in Mallrats, and he's Meryl Nixon in The Walking Dead. He's a family friend of ours.
Yeah, he was telling me about this like last week.
I'm finally going to be able to meet him like at the end of August when he comes up to visit his family. We're invited over.
That's
great
awesome,
opportunity.
dude.
Hopefully, great opportunities ahead. And just to meet him would be awesome.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
I cannot wait. And now, here he is. Now we're gonna we have our little interview here. He'll go through some of the personal stuff. We always like to touch on personal things Pepperscar and RoRand Films are doing, and we're here with Rob Romero. Let's kick that off. The vice president of Pepperscar Productions and the co-owner of RoRand Films, my brother, good friend, Mr. Rob Romero.
How's everybody doing out there? Hey, well, glad to be here.
This is your first time on Gassy Radio, yes?
Yeah, basically any type of radio.
That's Gassy Radio. It's not really radio because we don't play any music except our own little jingles.
Right.
But
La la la.
we call it radio because we have different segments and whatnot. So it is kind of like you're getting a multitude of different things. And because, you know what, we can name it whatever the fuck we want. You don't like it, eat a giant schlong. All right. So now, Rob, do a little, just like a simple question. And then you have some stuff to let everyone know about. But first and foremost, how did you get into this filmmaking, web series, podcast conglomerate of entertainment?
Well, actually, when I was first got married to my wife, you know, her sister, my sister-in-law, she actually did like want to do a little commercial, and so I made a commercial with her, and it was my son Bobby. It was the subject. It was called Bobby's Bat System. It's on YouTube. And from there, I just I started working at UPS, and I started doing safety videos for UPS. Then, next thing you know, it was no more filmmaking until 2010. I saw on Facebook this guy named Travis Legg was looking for, just for a movie called Raymond Did It. And I was wanting to be in that movie, but unfortunately my mother-in-law passed away. Then things, took a step backwards. But then Travis contacted me for a movie called Holidays Carvings. Then that's the point I started making films, and of course then I met my buddy Randy. Then you know the rest is history.
Oh yeah,
Pepperscar RoRand
for life. Luigi. Okay, this is funny. So in I'm No Hero, Luigi plays your son, Rob. And in the upcoming Detect Evil, you two play the same character, Lucifer, but Luigi is like fresh from hell on Earth, Lucifer, and because he's so powerful, his human body ages so quickly. And you're not that old, Rob. It's not a diss or anything. It's just his body's running out of energy. His vessel isn't strong enough, so he turns from like teenage, young adult to regular adult Lucifer in the span of days on Earth.
And the funnier part is, this is the first time we're meeting.
That's right.
You heard it here first. They've been in 2 movies together now, and the first time they are meeting is on Gassy Radio, our 3rd episode, son.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what do you guys? You can definitely like it's a good cast. It's good casting.
Good similarity.
Yeah.
Well, similarity.
You're the guy. You guys are there. You can play father and son, like Rob and I have played father and son multiple times. Uncle and nephew that actually turns out to be father and son. You guys can play it well. It's all good. Today we were actually supposed to start filming on Who Judged, but because we're close to Chicago and we're in Illinois, it's snowing, hailing, blizzarding in some places, and the wind is so bad it just wouldn't be safe to film at the location we're supposed to film at.
Where else but Chicago can you see like 7 seasons in one day?
Right. Yesterday was beautiful, it was nice, and it was rainy, and now today it's winter. It's blizzard. And again, like where we were supposed to film, there's so many trees. I didn't want to be like, all right, action, and then all of a sudden Luigi gets impaled by a falling branch through his face, and he's just like, oh!
Make for some great entertainment, though.
Yeah. Then we could have maybe went back to Lucifer. And you would have
there you
came
go.
back to life.
Yeah. He would have just been in hell, and then he would have to escape.
Yeah, there you go.
But now on a more serious topic, we don't want to take up too much of Rob's time. Rob, tell everybody what just happened to you recently.
Well, on February 20th, it was a day that actually turned my family's life upside down. I was at work, and my wife, she gave me a call, and I was getting ready to come home, and she said, hey, when you come home, these cats are driving me crazy, the kids are driving me crazy. I said, hey, I'll be home not too long, and I said, them cats, just throw them in the basement. And then the kids, tell them to go upstairs, and I'll be home as soon as I can. Well, about 10 minutes later, she gives me another call, and I thought, well, here she is again. She's wanting, where am I at again? I said, hello, and she said, hey, I need you home as soon as possible. Our house is on fire. I said, what? And so then I got the hell moving, going home, and I'm thinking the worst, because this is actually my second fire, Randy.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
When I was 19, my mom's house burned up.
Wow.
And so all the way home, I'm driving, I'm thinking, oh, man, because I saw my mom's and dad's house burn to the ground. And that was an old house, and it was a duplex, and the neighbor, they were smoking, and the cigarette fell and burned up. But that was careless smoking. You're a good smoker, buddy.
Trying to quit.
All right.
I'm so sorry.
So all the way home, I'm driving and thinking, man, my house is going to burn down. I'm thinking, what the hell can happen here? That home at my mom and dad's house burned down was like a 100-year-old home. I'm thinking, that's how it is. But this house, we built this house. It was only 16 years old. I'm thinking, what the hell? It was a dryer fire. And, of course, when I got home, the kids and everybody was in the van outside. They got out. They did their evacuation procedures because we stress evacuation procedures. And so we were waiting. The fire got put out. The fire department left. Lucky enough, our cats. We have 2 cats, a black and white one. His name's Romo. And the white and gray one, his name's Dez. We're Cowboy fans. Go Cowboys! But no, they got the cats out. And the fire department told us, because we never put the cats in the basement ever. And that the fire department says the best thing you guys did. Because the fire was on the first floor, and we put them in the basement. They were safe down there. But anyway, of course, it was a dryer fire. And first thing, everybody comes up, oh, did you clean out your lint? Well, guess what? We do, always. And I always stress lint cleaning because, hey, things can happen. And I stress evacuation procedures. making sure you have extinguishers, which I did have extinguishers, but in the wrong location. I had one in the garage, one in the basement. Did I think about my drivers ever going to catch on fire? No, because I always clean my lint. But you know what?
So it was like a malfunction error.
It's malfunction. They're still investigating it. I mean, it's going on about a month and a half now, but they're coming close to it. So.
Are you guys in like a temporary home right now, or?
Yeah, we're living in a temporary house for the last month and so many days. We're in a hotel, and now they got us into a rental.
And the kids, everyone's okay right now. Are they adjusting? Do they know we're gonna get the house back? And
yeah, well, their life's upside down, but they know eventually, hey, they're gonna have their house back. With it, they're gonna get their schools. I mean, they're still going to school. Loves Park School District, they're great. Well, even though we're out of the district, they're doing a special trip for our kids to get them to school.
That's awesome.
And it was scary, because the fire department says, hey, you're homeless. I think homeless? This is crazy. And because one of my goals in life is to help the homeless, and now I'm homeless. So
yeah, it's a very tough situation, man. But luckily, you have lots of friends, good friends like myself and everyone else who's donated to you have a GoFundMe to help pay for everything, clothes and everything. I got you clothes. That's one of the greatest things that I've seen so far is that the community and all your friends seem to really care about you and your family.
Yes, this is awesome. I'm telling you, from coast to coast, I have great friends, and I really appreciate everybody out there, and I would hug everybody if I could.
And we actually, there's a place where people can still donate to help out because you have Lexi, Bobby, Hayden, Jaden, you have Xander, you have a lot of kids, and it has to be tough. So you have a place for people to donate still to this day.
Yeah, our GoFundMe site's still up there, and I appreciate everybody's support. I mean, I just appreciate it.
Is there a special link, or is it?
Yeah, it's a special link, and
is it like the Romero, like GoFundMe.com?
Yeah, something like that.
We'll put the link up right. It's already up there right now for you guys to. You go there, check it out. Anything helps to donate. We're also in the next couple of weeks we're going to be doing a all seven current episodes of Star Wars. Luigi, you want to tell them about it?
Yeah, we're gonna be watching back to back all 7 episodes of Star Wars and then live streaming.
And we're gonna be watching 7 Star Wars movies. We're gonna have food and snacks. I'm gonna cook. It's a benefit for Rob Romero and his family. We can't show the Star Wars movies because we don't want to get sued, but you can hear the Star Wars movies in the background. You can see us trying to fight sleep and having fun. And between every movie and during the movie, we're going to have the link where you can go in the descriptions when we stream. You're going to be able to go right to the GoFundMe. And it's just us trying to raise awareness, not only for Rob Romero and his family, but it's also raising awareness. Check your electronics. Check everything in your home because it's not a joke. Recently, we just had to change the water heater at my house, which could have caused an electrical fire. And we had to get a new furnace. The old furnace pilot light kept going out. That could have been an explosion. And it did kind of explode a couple times. It was a giant popping noise. It would wake us up in our sleep.
Wow.
We just had our dryer break down like literally 2 weeks after this happened to Rob. So you always need to check your electronics. And you should definitely, especially if your house is as clustered as mine is, have a good escape route, as Rob said. But change the subject one final time. Rob, you want to tell anyone about... I mean, we have Detect Evil coming out soon. We're doing Who Judged. We're making Mighty Clown. Eventually, we're rebooting the Taco Saga with reliable, trustworthy cast and everybody else. We're going to bring back as many old people as we can, and it's going to be great. But, Rob, you do have some projects coming up that we're going to be making for RoRand and Pepperscar. You want to tell them about the one you just recently told me about?
Yeah, I got one that's really dear to my heart. It's called Nathaniel, a gift from God. Nathaniel was my son. He was stillborn, and I created a movie that tells the whole story of what happened from a dream standpoint. Tony, who is actually going to be me, he's the older Tony, and then I'm going to have Randy play the younger Tony. And I'm trying to get another actress, someone we know, but I messaged her and she hasn't replied yet, but I'm hoping she does. She's going to play my wife, Lori. Her name's going to be Mary in the movie. And Tony's gonna be like he's I'm gonna say this. It's the 14th anniversary of his son's death, so his wife is actually gone to see her uncle in down in Texas because he's got something going on with his lymph nodes. He's got cancer, so she's down there. So he's up in reality, and he's sitting on the porch, and all of a sudden he's thinking about this is his son's birthday, and so then he's talking to his wife and blah blah blah. Then he goes lay down. Next thing you know, he's dreaming of what occurred during the past. That's where Randy's gonna play Tony, and it starts from a celebration because at first they couldn't have a kid. Even though they had Tommy, who was actually my son Bobby in real life, for 9 years, they tried to get him a brother or a sister, a sibling, but nothing could happen. So next thing you know, Tony and Mary are thinking, man, are we cursed? I don't want to say the whole thing though, all right?
Yeah, we don't want to spoil too much.
So, but anyway, that's just a taste of what that movie's about, all right? It's a true story. And of course, we want to reboot the Dead Harvest.
Oh yeah. We
want to make that thing a little bit better than it was. I mean, it was a good fun little movie, but we want to make it better than it was.
Add more graphic.
Yes.
It's gonna be awesome. That will probably film in the summer. These other movies are short. Like we're gonna film Mighty Clown in like a day.
Oh yeah.
Add actual
or like
Mighty
2.
Clown. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
And of course, in the future, we got Terror in a Photo. I'm trying to write that one right now, and still only one page. I mean, this fire actually derailed my writing. But Terror in a Photo, that's gonna be a pretty cool little movie. So
I get to be a serial killer again, like in Woodbury, but I have a whole different character already for it that I'm gonna adapt into Rob's character. It's gonna be great. I'm very good at playing serial killer, and you just noticed right now. Now Luigi and I have played Rob's son, especially me multiple times. And now Luigi and Rob played the same character, and now with his new movie, A Gift from God, me and Rob are playing the same character. So we're like the Three Musketeers. We should remake the Three Musketeers.
There we go.
We all look like the same asshole, so we're good. But yeah, that's
But I was just about to say, you just mentioned Welcome to Woodbury. I still have yet to see this movie, and I helped with it.
Yeah, Luigi was one of the grateful donators to this movie, and he hasn't seen it yet. That's it's good. Pepperscar owns the copyright for what every character looks like. It's and not to mention the movie was made a long time ago, so I can show you. It can still go to Film Fest. No one can stop that.
Right.
So it can show you whenever you want, and that's gonna be great. And especially when you own the characters, you own what the characters look like. So that's kind of the thing. Like that's in Pepperscar's trademark. It's LLC, and some people don't understand that, so they're like, "Oh yeah," and you know who you are if you're listening to this. And yeah, I don't care. It's you should know better. But yeah, this has been episode 3 of Gassy Radio with myself, Randy Lee Beasley.
And Luigi Bonanno.
And we are here
Rob
with
Romero.
our special guest, our great special guest, Mr. Rob Romero. And we will smell you next time.
Waft in.
Hey, Darren.
You've been listening to Gassy Radio.